Hi guys, Rahul this side on behalf of Revsportz and along with me Somnath, and now we are here inside the Tata Football Academy. Actually today Mohun Bagan trained here, their final training session before the mouth-watering clash tomorrow against Jamshedpur FC, and I think that this will be a match that will also define the title race in the ISL, because Mohun Bagan, they sit second in the points table, and just in the third position there is Jamshedpur, both with same point. Just because of goal difference, Mohun Bagan is ahead in the table. So tomorrow's game will define very much who will be ahead in the title race of this Indian Super League. But before tomorrow's game, we are going to talk about 5 key talking points regarding tomorrow's game in this video. And the first key talking point obviously will be the climate here in Jamshedpur, which is warmer actually compared to Kolkata. I think that is going to pose difficulty to all the footballers for tomorrow's game. In Jamshedpur, the weather is around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius throughout the day. From 9 am in the morning till 4 to 5 pm in the evening, it remains around 36, 37 degrees Celsius. Even today during the training session, we have seen that Mohun Bagan, they did only 30 minutes training session because of the heat, because of the warm temperature and climate. Of course, to rest their players. Actually, Sergio Lobera want to rest his players more before tomorrow's game. That's why he doesn't want players gets drained out before the crucial game tomorrow. And so I think the weather and climate will play, I think, a key role in tomorrow's game, and not only in tomorrow's game but in most of the games in this ISL, in the remaining ISL games, because in a usual regular season ISL is to get end by, I think, around this time, most of the regular season. But this time, because of the uncertainty, the league got delayed and started finally in from 14 February, and still 2 months of ISL action still remains, and I think it will be very difficult for most of the clubs and their footballers to cope up with this warm weather condition. So it will be same for Mohun Bagan and Jamshedpur as well tomorrow. Even Owen Coyle, he also admitted that it will really get difficult for all the footballers, because they will try to put all their efforts on the pitch. They will try to play high intensity game, but in this kind of weather it always get difficult to play high intensity game. Obviously there will be water break, but that's not enough, admitted Owen Coyle. But our next talking point will be obviously how much Jamshedpur will miss Mahdi Talal in tomorrow's game, because he got injured and he is yet to join the camp. Do you think Jamshedpur will be same without Mahdi Talal?
Absolutely, Jamshedpur will miss Mahdi Talal. We know that absolutely, because we have seen in this season Jamshedpur has played 6 matches and they have won 4 matches out of these 6 matches, and all in those matches Mahdi Talal played a crucial role for them, and in the remaining 2 matches he was unavailable due to his injury, and he returned back to his home in France. But obviously in the pre-match press conference, when Cole admitted that a kind of player who like Mahdi Talal, you obviously enjoy his skills, you obviously enjoy his quality, because a player of such pedigree can change the game anywhere at any time. And obviously in the previous season when Mahdi Talal went to East Bengal, when Cole actually wanted him in Chennai, but the kind of money East Bengal splashed for Mahdi Talal, it was nearly impossible for Chennai to get him. But finally in this season Jamshedpur FC were able to get Mahdi Talal, and obviously Owen Coyle rely hugely on him. But this injury obviously forced Owen Coyle to change his plans accordingly. But with the absence of Mahdi Talal, they had to shift to a 2 foreign midfield of Reita Chikawa and Nikola Stevanovic. Along with that, I think Pranay Haldar will be paired with them, and obviously when Mahdi Talal plays, Jamshedpur slightly keeps the position more in their favor. Obviously they want to supply the ball to Mahdi Talal, they play through the middle, but in his absence obviously Jamshedpur will rely more on counter attacks and set piece play. But obviously we will see tomorrow what happens, and it will be an interesting match between Mohun Bagan and Jamshedpur FC. Let's see who wins. If one team loses, they will obviously there will be a bit of difficulties for them to win this league, but obviously tomorrow's match will be an exciting one, that's for sure.
Obviously whoever loses point will be a big blow for them in the title race of the ISL, but without Mahdi Talal, I think Mahdi Talal, whenever he plays, he remains a constant threat for the opponent. So without him, I think it will be a bit difficult for Jamshedpur FC. But just like Jamshedpur misses Mahdi Talal, Mohun Bagan also misses prime Dimi Petratos, prime Jamie McLaren. Okay, Jamie McLaren started the ISL on a flying note because he got 7 goals from the first 4 games. But what happened in the last 2 games, the last 2 crucial games against Bengaluru, against Mumbai City FC, Bengaluru, Mohun Bagan They lost points against Mumbai City FC. They lost to Mumbai City FC at their own home. So these two games Mohun Bagan needed to win, to get ahead in the title race, but they couldn't. And obviously Jamie Macklin, he remains quiet in these two games. So obviously there is concern regarding their form. Jamie Macklin and Dimi Petros. Dimi Petros is Mohun Bagan's whole plan is very much centered around Dimi Petros. Sergio Lobera trusts him a lot. He is the key midfielder for Mohun Bagan for sure. But this season we are yet to see that prime Dimi Petros. He is far from his prime form that we have seen, I think, 2 seasons before. This season, obviously, Dimi Petros putting in a lot of effort. He has lost a lot of kilos, giving his all on the pitch for the whole 90 minutes, but he is lacking that cutting edge. He is lacking that, defense breaking pass and all those things. And we need to Dimi Petros in his, that form, that great form if Mohun Bagan really wants to break opponent defense. Because whenever any team plays against Mohun Bagan, they always want to keep their defense tight, they always want to keep their defense compact and don't allow much chances, much penetration from Mohun Bagan, and that's where it gets difficult for Mohun Bagan. And Mohun Bagan, they need to be very much clinical in front, to get goals against opponent like Jamshedpur FC, Bengaluru or Mumbai City, whoever you say. So for that, Dimi Petros will have to be in his own form, and also same for Jamie Macklin. In the last 2 games, he remained quiet, but in Jamshedpur game, Mohun Bagan rely a lot on Jamie Macklin as well. But Somnath, in the first 4 games, Mohun Bagan was dominating. They dominate the position, dominate most of the stats apart from goal. But in the last 2 games, again, Mohun Bagan have been, they looked off color against Mumbai, against Bangalore. So what do you think is going wrong for Mohun Bagan? Is again that, foreign center midfielder? Do you think again Mohun Bagan is lacking that, that creativity in the midfield?
Absolutely, not totally incorrect, but we have seen Sergio Lobera in FC Goa, in Mumbai City FC and in Odisha FC. He relied on a foreign midfielder, a specialist foreign midfielder who can defend the ball as well contribute to the attack. Ahmed Jahu, we all know that he is a quality central midfielder, but there is no such player in Mohun Bagan as having the caliber of Ahmed Jahu. But Mohun Bagan has the squad depth. They have players in up front, they have players in the back, but obviously they had to rely on good Indian defensive midfielders like Apuya and Anirudh Thapa. But yes, this is a problem for Mohun Bagan obviously, but in a champion team you need to score goals from anywhere, be it the open play, be it the set piece, be it anywhere. You have to score goals from wherever you can. But obviously in this season Mohun Bagan has failed to score goals from set piece. Obviously in the previous 6 games, only I guess 1 or 2 goals they have scored in set pieces, and especially in the previous match against Mumbai City FC they have got 17 corners, but yet they have failed to score 1 goal, and that's a concern for Mohun Bagan. And coach Sergio Lobera admitted that in the press conference, pre-match press conference, that we are working on, our assistant coach is working on set pieces, and hopefully we can get a goal tomorrow in the set piece. But obviously in the previous seasons we have seen Mohun Bagan win games in dominating fashion. Obviously the day they played poorly, they managed to win the match by 1 goal or 2 goal advantage, but still they are winning, and we have seen the domination because they were scoring goals from anywhere. But in this season at least we have seen the lack of creativity sometimes, but the chances creation, the penetration in the final third, and especially in the previous match there were many corners, 17 corners, around 80% of the ball position, but McLaren only got 1 to 2 balls at the highest. So this shows that in the final third penetration has been very much poor for Mohun Bagan this season, but hopefully in the next match tomorrow they will turn things around.
Let's see. But this foreign midfielder have been constant problem for Mohun Bagan whenever they have faced formidable team, be it in AFC Champions League or whenever in ISL against teams like Mumbai or Bangalore or some other formidable teams. Last season, don't compare with last season. Last season it was an incredible year for Mohun Bagan. Even we have seen in some matches where Mohun Bagan were behind or they needed a clutch goal. In every game, some match winner, stepped up for Mohun Bagan and delivered, on that given moment for Mohun Bagan. So don't compare it with last season. Very few clubs, have such one great season. But this season, Jose Molina also admitted that this team lacks one foreign midfielder who can play in the central midfield or in the CDM role and can help in the build-up and also provide creativity in the midfield. But so far, in this Mohun Bagan team, I am not complaining about Anirudh Thapa or Apuya. They are giving their best on the pitch. They are doing what they can. But again, Indian midfielder and one foreign midfielder, there is some difference between a foreign midfielder and the Indian midfielder. So I think, but as of now, Mohun Bagan can't do much because they will have to play with the squad they have, in their hand. But going forward, it will be interesting to see how Sergio Lovera cope up with these difficulties and make this unit a champion unit going forward in this ISL. And of course, tomorrow's game going to be a thrilling contest. Jamshedpur will pose difficulties, but let's take a look, whether let's see whether Mohun Bagan can get past Jamshedpur or not. But one last key talking point obviously is the Owen Coyle factor. Owen Coyle is going to be a big factor, Somnath.
Absolutely, a coach like Owen Coyle always wants to play against huge opponents, and he has admitted that in the press conference as well, that I, as a football lover, I want to coach against big teams because I want to show that just not only money you can buy great players or build a great team. With limited resources also you can build a champion team, and that's the philosophy he believes in. And obviously he has defeated East Bengal in an away game with this Jamshedpur FC squad, and tomorrow obviously Mohun Bagan will face Jamshedpur in their home den. Obviously it is going to be a challenge for Mohun Bagan obviously, but if you see the performance or the stats between Owen Coyle and Sergio Lovera, it has been very tight. I guess in the ISL history they have faced each other 8 times, and Sergio Lovera has won thrice, Owen Coyle has won thrice, and 2 matches were draw. So you can see the competition between them, or you can see the quality of competition between them obviously. But let's see what happens tomorrow. I think Mohun Bagan can win the match obviously with the squad they have, but they have to be clinical because Jamshedpur won't allow many chances to them obviously.
On paper I think Mohun Bagan favourite, but
Absolutely.
You can't write off this Jamshedpur under Owen Coyle, as Somnath just mentioned that Owen Coyle has decent record against Mohun Bagan team. So let's see whichever team wins, they will not only go ahead in the title race, but also they will get the much needed boost that is very much required in the coming phase of the ISL. So let's see whether it's Jamshedpur or Mohun Bagan. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below, and also if you have any other opinion or any question, let us know in the comment section below, and stay tuned to Revsportz for more such updates from Indian football. So that's it for now. See you in our next video.